I found the same hearing aids that you quoted me for cheaper online. Why should I buy them from you when I can get them cheaper? Now, this seems a sensible question, and if you've never used hearing aids before, I think I'd be asking the same question myself if I was in that individual's shoes. So let me give you a few reasons why going for the cheapest possible online price may not exactly be what you want. So firstly, if someone is going to post you out pre-programmed hearing aids, the first thing you've got to do is go and have a hearing test with somebody. Now, if you come to someone like us, we're an independent audiology clinic, there's going to be a cost involved. Secondly, when they send the hearing aids out to you, if they're pre-programmed, they're programmed as if they've been programmed for an artificial head, so a dummy. Now, will this dummy head have the same ear anatomy as you? We don't know. The only way to know will be to do real ear measurements. And as its name suggests, if you do a real ear measurement, that can't be done online. Much as unfortunately a few of our patients we've spoken to have been led to think that that is possible. It simply isn't. This is where we put a probe microphone down to the eardrum and measure if the sound that we're having delivered to you is appropriate. So I can think of a couple of patients recently where this would be vital. One lady we spoke to had incredibly small ears and found the initial setting very high. So the way around that would be to carry out the real ear measurements and then deliver the correct level of sound for her. Another gentleman had incredibly large ears and was falling way short of the amplification that he would require based on just an average press and forget kind of fitting from the manufacturer's software. So we would recommend real ear measurements. Also, carrying out feedback tests. You can't always do this remotely. If you are going to do the testing remotely, which is a possibility, are the noise levels appropriate? Is the person understanding correctly? Have they put the hearing aids in correctly? Do the domes fit properly? Now, all these are questions that you don't really need to sort of answer in clinic, because your audiology professional will be checking the domes fit properly, will be checking understood the requirements of the test, will be checking to make sure that the sound levels are appropriate. The second part, after the actual fitting itself, is the follow-up. A lot of the time when we have issues with hearing aids, it's patients being able to insert the hearing aids, remove the hearing aids, put them in the correct ears, put them in the right way round, being able to change batteries, charge them, connect to Bluetooth on their phone if it's necessary, troubleshooting issues with Bluetooth phones. It's not like by going and buying a television or popping on a pair of glasses. There are a lot more parts to the audiologist and patient relationship. So simply having a set of hearing aids posted out that are in some way approximately right for your hearing loss can save you some money, but actually is it going to? You'll probably need another audiology professional in your locality in addition to this person who's posted the hearing aids out to you to deal with any of these issues. And guess what? You've not paid this person, so they're going to need paying. So this mythical saving that you make initially may not be quite as big as you're led to believe. Retesting and reprogramming is part of your audiologist's follow-up services, and this is going to be very hard to do if they've just simply been posted out to you. Firmware updates. Many manufacturers are not able to allow the patients to update the firmware of their hearing aids remotely. This must be done in person. If Apple update their iPhone, you may then have connectivity issues with your hearing aids. If you have these connectivity issues, you need to see your audiologist for a firmware update. This is very challenging if your audiologist is in another country or another part of the country. Again, you're going to need another audiologist help with this. This, I'm sure, is not going to be free of cost. So again, this mythical saving that we see, again, is shrinking more and more. So what if the first set of hearing aids you're prescribed are not right for you? Well, then you have the job to get the hearing aids back. Then you need to try another set of hearing aids. Not seeing the person face to face is all adding time and inconvenience to this process. So we have met quite a few people who initially sort of seduced by these cheaper prices have realized as a long-term proposition, maybe the savings aren't there, the convenience that they thought they were getting because they don't need to leave their home isn't there. And actually, inconveniencing themselves, so to speak, by having a few visits a year with their audiology professional is probably time very, very well spent. So this is the reason why you may not want to buy the cheapest hearing aids online and have them posted out to you. Having a relationship with an audiology clinic where they can carry out a battery of tests to find out exactly what you need, try different models, have them correctly set for your ears, and have firmware updates carried out as appropriate is maybe a better solution. Not all manufacturers are going to support this method of service delivery for you to have the hearing aids posted out to you. So quite simply, you are reducing down the amount of options that you've got by doing it this way. In-the-ear hearing aids. At least 50% of the patients we fit with hearing aids at Zone 1 prefer an in-the-ear style. Simply put, this is going to be impossible with something that is posted out. A custom in-the-ear style is something you're not going to be able to access via an online delivery service model. And many clinics will bring their equipment to you if you're not able to, so you have that home visit clinic experience. So you won't simply be limiting yourself to instant fit in the ear or behind the ear models just because it's convenient for the online provider. And just because you've chosen a behind the ear style, don't think that a silicone dome is the best option. You may well benefit from a custom tip. So again, you need impressions for this, and this is something you're very unlikely to be getting from an online provider. So just another one of many reasons why it may not be the route you want to go. And finally, accessories. These are often a huge part of our patients' success. So things like TV streamers. Now, I know you can post these out from a remote sort of location, and some patients are going to be able to set these up. But the amount of times I've been to patients' houses and apartments, and they've not been aware where the Toslink, aka digital, aka optical out cable plugs in on their TV. So they've found they've not been able to use one. So a simple quick home visit can often remedy this for people. Things like the Roger On IN has a docking station, so same process. So you'd be missing one of the key features if this was posted out and you weren't able to figure this out for yourself. So again, there is a time and a place for doing things remotely and posting things out, but accessories, like I say, a huge part of our patient's success. And I don't know if you've gone and got a free test, if this is even going to be part of it, but during your testing process, you'll have a quick SIN or quick speech and noise test carried out. This will guide us as audiology professionals as to what kind of solution's appropriate for you. So if you are in that severe processing category, the result will say you may benefit from an FM system. So this is talking about the Roger technology effectively. So this would guide me more towards a Phonak or Unitron product. So just simply picking a hearing aid out because you've read a review or your friends told you about it isn't maybe the best way to select a product. You should have a face-to-face consultation, preferably take a significant other, have a demonstration. And then if you do need that extra bit of help by someone popping to your home and helping you configure something, all this can be done for you. So potentially there are some short-term savings or initial savings to be made, but again, not convinced this is going to be the right model for quite a lot of our patients. This is Matthew from Zone 1 Hearing. Let me know your thoughts below.